On Does God Sleep, I recorded a song called Of the Age, and it was based on a poem by Leah McGilvery about abortion, and I turned it into a really cool song, but recorded it just as kind of an intermittent art piece for Does God Sleep, and so I got to do it again on this record, and we juxtaposed it. Come on. They're ducking. Oh, that's funny. I wish you could see that. We juxtaposed it with David Bowie's Changes, one of the best rock songs in history, and not quite as considerate, but no, go ahead. We knew this was going to happen. We're still at the San Diego Zoo at the Lagoon Terrace, and I insisted that we film here, and there's people everywhere, so they've all signed agreements to be in this film, so but we told them they're not allowed to speak because we don't want to give them their union cards, but go ahead. Funny. So we have these children, and it's still not the version of the song that I wrote, which is originally called Spirit of the Age. So one of these days I'm going to have to actually record Spirit of the Age so people hear this amazing song in its entirety. And the next song was another Paisley cover of There's a Man Going Round, and again, a song I did on Does God Sleep. Both of these songs I did in that James Earl Jones thing. There's a man going round, making news. I really can't do that voice. We did it with an effect. I thought it was funny though, and but I finally did the song the way it is. It's an old spiritual about death, death knocking. At least that's my version of it. I think the original version is really about Jesus, but it was so creepy. I was like, you're kind of making Jesus into the angel of death, and it's interesting because Jesus is the Passover. He's the blood on the door, but he's not the angel of death. So I never really understood the original version of this being about Jesus, so I took out the Jesus part to make it about that every one of us has to die at some point. I love the song. The background music I got from Ari Up. She was the lead singer of the Slits. Off her solo record, I did a loop from a piece of one of her songs, and little did I know that by the time I talked about this on video, my dear Ari Up would have died. She died last month of cancer that she kept secret, and I think I cried for 2 days straight. She was one of the most influential women in music history, one of the greatest performer, songwriter, recording artists, visionaries of my life, and oh yeah, she was beautiful, had great hair, and she was nice. And very sad to have lost such a voice in music. I'm glad that I have a piece of Ari Up on my musical legacy. I never thought about what would happen if she died after I recorded that. I get to pay tribute to another one of the greatest songwriters in history, Martha Davis. She was the, think nothing of it. She was the lead singer of the amazing Immortal Motels, one of the best bands to come from Los Angeles. And she recorded the song on her most recent solo record, Into Your Arms, about a psychotic relationship of abuse, and not that I know anything about those, but I thought the song was exquisite, and couldn't wait to sing it, couldn't wait to record it. First time I heard it, I was like, yes, I'm stealing the song for my next record, and so I did. Amazing that on this section of recording, the songs were all originated by women, and what an amazing what an amazing and interesting thing it is to take feminine perspectives, take them out of context as a man, and put my spin on them, and really see the power of poetry and the power of music to speak to so many different people, to cross culture lines, to cross experience lines, to cross gender lines. I had so much fun putting this record together. It was such a relief because I didn't feel any songwriting pressure. It was really nice to take a break and really just explore music that I cared a lot about.